What is good, family? It is your girl. I am Courtney Michelle. Welcome, 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 you guys. I'm going to let you guys come in and join the lady today. What is going on? Thank you guys so much for showing up. Um, Obviously, this is impromptu. I usually like to prepare for my shows. Anything that I like to do, I like to do my research and everything like this. But this is going to be a different type of show, obviously, that I'm used to. This is going to be the only show that I'm going to do about this. Um, I can honestly admit that I am baffled. I am confused. And hopefully now I can get maybe some clarity. I think a little later I will be sending out the link if anybody wants to cam up. I did tag Chantel Simone because I don't like to do a response video, but um, if she's available and able to come up, I would love again to have the conversation that we've already had before. So again, this video is just, I guess, maybe some clarity on my stance, the purpose and the why of my platform. This is also a video to try to understand what exactly are we doing? What are we doing as Black women on this platform? What is our mission? What is our goals? How do we get there? And the level of respect, dignity, decorum that we have by trying to get to our goal. So that's pretty much, kind of the essence of what this show is going to be about. So again, thank you guys so much for joining me today. Um, I'll start off by this because I have been getting tagged all week long. And this has to do, I guess, with the Shay Sharday interview. So I'm going to play maybe a couple clips from that for clarity. But it was, and I'll get to you guys' chats as well too. So I want to recognize those. The idea of the stab and the save your community Black man. I specifically said this on my show a few times. And if you guys are avid watchers of my content, I think you guys pretty much understand my purpose and my why. My why for this platform is community building. I've made no qualms about it. I've not teeter-tattered on my commitment for the community, for us. I've been very vocal, even through platforms of disagreement. Nothing has ever gotten disrespectful, but made it very clear on my stance. Savior Community Black Man and STAB was something that came up in conversations when me and Alan from We Need to Talk we're talking about community. And in one of the chats, he put stab yourself. And I said, oh, okay. And it was of aggression because it was, we need to do something now to get this community back together. And the focal point of the community, which I have always stated, was nuclear families. It was Black men and Black women in unity together, marriage, kids, generational wealth, political stance, changing the narrative, changing the statistics of us. That's always been my commitment. And that's what I stand for. And that's what I will always stand for. If you watch my content, you will see months on end me showing Black women getting healthy because that's important. In community building, we can't have a community if we all sick. And if we're all big and fat and no one wants us. I created a Patreon, which I need to get a little bit more active in still, for women, for us to be like-minded and think about things on how we eat and try to get ourselves healthy. Definitely, I'm not a shaming person and I don't bring anyone down. but I am constructive. So I did the Patreon specifically for Black women, for us to get healthy and for us to regain back our image. You guys have seen, I've always stated we are reclaiming our image back. We're taking it back. I do understand that with power, and we've lost so much power in this community that now we got to take our shit back. So it's reclaiming our image. I have said that for months in. My message has never changed. So with that, the stab and the savior community Black man, again, it was a Black man that I was supporting and was like-minded such as myself and focused on that. And that might have happened maybe months ago. So even that ideology and that terminology was already something that was talked about. And quite frankly, I forgot about it until Shay Sharday invited me onto her platform and wanted to get some understanding. Let me play a clip of when I was on Shay Sharday and to explain it. So, give me one moment. Panels that I well, it's how you treat them. No, I don't think that's it. Okay. So, I've always been kind of in discussions and on panels with SYSBM, Passport Bros, and all that. And me and Alan from We Need to Talk kind of came up with this theory where, it was like stab, steal they ass back. And he made it a hashtag, and I was like, I love that idea. So, what the idea, and I guess what my channel is turning out to be is Black women that are saying we don't want our Black men leaving us. And it's to show Black women that are saying, no, we do need you. And we want Black men, and we want you to be leaders. And we are not wanting you to go elsewhere to find something that you rightfully deserve here at home.
Okay.
So it was kind of like the stab, and I like the stab because that's aggressive. That's some action. So it's not just me saying it's now stab, get they ass. We bringing them back. So that was kind of, I guess, the concept of the stab. Idea was the idea is like, no, you are needed, and you shouldn't have to go elsewhere to find something that innately you should be given already. So that was the idea.
Okay, so that makes sense. Basically, almost as like a counter movement towards all the things that have been heard for the last few decades. I don't need a man. I'm strong, independent. I'm, what is it? F and F or whatever, like all these different songs, all these different tunes, grow. Right. Like this idea of like, look, men are either like bumbling idiots to where we don't need them and we're better off without them, or we're just so self-sufficient that we can do it all by ourselves. And this is essentially the programming and the messaging that has been going on for decades now, all across the board, and especially within the Black community. So stab sounds like it was as a way to be like, you know what, I don't rock with that. Actually, we do need you. Actually, yes, you do deserve to be respected. You do deserve to have whatever you need here. You shouldn't have to inconvenience yourself to literally go into another country, into another culture, just to find what you should be getting at home.
Absolutely. Okay. And I've had many, obviously, discussions, and not even just going overseas. It's just even men saying, I'm tired of, when I'm dating a Black woman with the attitude or this and that, I'm going to go with a white girl. I'm going to go this. And it should be quality that we have in our community. Quality Black women, quality Black men, marriageable. If we're not having that, for me, it's not okay, we're not doing what we're supposed to be doing, then just leave it alone. Then let's fix our community. And that goes in, it's another hashtag. It's, save your community, Black man. We hashtag that. And it's for those that want to fix what we have here. And I am not particularly a woman that is just going to throw away my culture, my identity, my race, my community. I'm willing to fix it. And again, with those hashtags, that's pretty much what it's about.
So it's about, okay, so save your community, Black men. I do remember that being mentioned on, I think on the interview I had of We Need to Talk, and it was save your community, Black men, and it was that in conjunction with SYSBM, right, which is save yourself, Black men. So that being a hashtag you guys kind of helped come up with, and then obviously stab, right, which is about look still in the back. So okay, so on that topic,
so I'm gonna so explain that. So again, on Shay Charday, I made it very clear my purpose. I made it very clear whom I aligned with. I made it very clear. And even when Alan was on We Need to Talk and they spoke about it, and the hashtag was nothing different from what I said. And that, again, has been out there. So it's not anything new that I just made up yesterday, or even that it was something I made up. It's something that I champion. And to this day, I still champion it. I still think that we need to save our community. I am that type of woman that is willing to work and not give up on us. I am that woman that says that if I have a platform and it's for us reclaiming our image back, and I am showing some amazing things that Black women are doing, and I have Black women on my page that support me, that support this message, that's what this is for. So I don't back down from that. That's what I stand for. And again, that's what I'm always going to stand for. And then I'm thinking, and I'm like, well, why all of a sudden, if that's been out there, and I made it very clear that that wasn't necessarily my hope that I created, and this is the movement, and I'm going to stab him and steal you. I'm going to wrap you around in a rope and pull you back. I part of me don't understand, but maybe, and I don't want to make assumptions, but it's intriguing and interesting that now all of a sudden, I'm getting videos, multiple videos about me. And I'm saying about me because it's me in the thumbnails. It's me that you're focusing on. So it's intriguing that all of a sudden now. It's also intriguing that if it wasn't just me that came up with it and you're really curious and wanting to know, where's my counterpart? Where's Alan? Where's the tags on him? Where's the clips and videos? And trying to figure that out with him. Why is it me? Why is it that Black women, why do we do this to each other? If two people came up with the idea and you wholeheartedly disagree with it, and rightfully so if you do, why is it pinned on me? Is it really an issue of what I'm saying? And if it is, we'll get to that because I'm gonna play a little bit of on Zoom to Thailand when I guess some of this came to head. Actually, no. Let me go ahead and play Zoom to Thailand because, as you guys heard, I made it very, very clear about my stance, and that was on Shay Charday. So, but unfortunately, I had to reiterate, and I said the exact same thing on Zoom. So, let me play that. Doing with We Need to Talk. And he came up with that sentiment because he is a Black man that wants to save his community. And his page is specifically for SYCBM. And I support him. So when I do that, I support him. The stab of save us, steal they ass back was again unjust. That was created by a Black man that said we need to focus on Black women getting better and let's steal their ass back. It was unjust. But
Right.
what the truth is that we do need to save our community. You might not want to, or how you want to save it might look different than me, but my passion is to do the work here to show Black women that are wanting Black men, they need a voice too. And I guess my confusion would be, why would we have a platform speaking to Black women here if we're telling Black men just they're not good here? So what is our purpose? Why would I even talk to Black women if I'm saying that they're no good or there's no hope? Then my hope is that I need to stop talking to Black women and just tell men just to leave. They're no good. But if you're a good Black woman and I'm a good Black woman and we both made mistakes, and I guess that's what our platform is for. I'm going to pause that and I'll probably finish that up. So, again, to reiterate, what I stand for is building the community. What is community? What does that look like? Community is having male leadership in the home. Community is having male leadership in politics. It's not shaming Black men or trying to use children against them. Child support, which again, I detailed all in Shay Shardae's video, where it was not just about relationships, it's about our community. Community for me is generational wealth, because as much as we are going back on this woman and that man, we have nothing, no ownership. We have no businesses that we can say that it's changing the narrative of who we are. It's so much more and so much that Black folks need here in the States that I champion. If you don't believe that, or that's not your passion, then that's okay. I have never been on a platform that shamed any man. My criticism or critique or trying to get understanding, I think everyone should be able to do that. And I think that's what this YouTube space should be for, is to get other perspectives and understanding. And for me, when I hear a lot of stuff, and now that I'm seeing that these made up YouTube beefs, which I don't take a part in, and I absolutely hate that I'm having to do this, because I wasn't. I was going to just let it go when I saw it yesterday in the clips, but I'm not going to be walked over. I'm not intimidated by anyone. I truly believe what I stand for. And if I have to do this little response, then that's fine. But I'm not going back and forth with anyone. Everyone is different. If we say that Black people are not a monolith, then we have to be open to other perspectives. And if you don't believe in it, then that's fine. But trying to force someone to believe what you want and try to hold someone accountable because they don't see it like you. Accountability is when someone is doing something harmful, hurtful, need to be called out. I'm holding you accountable for your bad actions. Not once have I been disrespectful. Not a one time has a man been on my platform that I cussed out. Now, we're going to talk about Lapeef. Now, I might have gotten a little antsy over there, but that's dialogue with women. I can size another woman up, but I'm not dumb enough to try to size up another man. I can't fight you. I can't get as loud as you. I'm not as strong as you, so I'm not even going to waste my breath. But that's what accountability is for. Accountability is not, I want to hold you accountable because you want to save your community. What kind of, why would you want to hold a Black woman accountable for wanting better for her community? if you want or you champion men going overseas, again, and I specifically have said this multiple of times, you have that right. But I also have the right to just want to be here in the United States, in the South, and work on the people here, and work on myself here, and work on my community. And my community is more than just me marrying you. I marry you, and then what? What is our purpose? Me marrying you is more than just a feeling. I feel like this and I feel like that and I feel like going overseas and I feel like you not. Get the feelings out of it for one moment. Our community is worth a lot more. I have traditions here. I have family here. Blood, sweat, and tears. My ancestors here. My mother was one of the first women, well, the first girls at her school to integrate it. My mom has history here. This is the stuff that I feel like we need to protect. That's my purpose. How can you hold someone accountable on a purpose? It might not be yours, but if I'm not being disrespectful and I can articulate myself and I can have the dialogue, then why all the videos? I honestly don't understand. And I must say that I'm new to YouTube as far as just me being consistent with my content. Guys know me from Lapeef Network. So I'm used to panels and I'm used to debating back and forth. But in a group, it was a family unit. In a group, it was somewhat of a protection. Because when you came for us, usually as you came from the Lapeef Network, the Lapeef Network, the Purple Pill, the Lapeef, what they over there doing with those women, it was in a group. Now that I'm solo, now that I'm by myself, I am learning so much about YouTube. And some of the stuff that I'm learning is disgusting. Some of the stuff that I'm learning about YouTube, and I call it the dark side of YouTube, because no one gives a lot of people, and even content creators, could give a rat shit about you. They'll make videos, they'll degrade you, make fun of you for being vulnerable on a topic that you're passionate about, make a thumbnail where you look the worst, and a part of a conversation where you're open and honest. They'll mock. So I am learning a lot about this YouTube being solo. I expected some of it. I've seen a lot through my trials, but this in particular, I've never been in a YouTube beef with a content creator. I'm not going to be in a beef. That's not what my platform is for. My platform is consistent. It's for growth. It's for Black love. It's for Black community. It's for protecting our children. It's not for trying to prove somebody wrong. The need to be right. That's not what I'm about. I didn't start off here on YouTube trying to do that. And I'm damn sure not going to continue or finish it that way either. I'm going to be consistent with my message. I've talked before about Black women being catty. And YouTube women are no different. I've had catty moments as well, too. It's well documented. It's well documented. So that nature of a woman, the cattiness, the bickering, It doesn't dissipate because you want to be feminine. You're able to control a lot more, or you're able to have a perception when you turn on your YouTube. But like a lot of people have told me that it'll seek out and you just keep them talking. There is no reason why me and Chantel Simone should be beefing. There is no reason for the multiple videos. Now, maybe it's just content strategy. Shout out Ramil. And maybe that's what this is. But you're not just going to use me and me not say anything. We were on Zoom, the Thailand platform. Let me just take it back. When I did the Shay Sade, and our conversation was good, and Austin popped up, and it was an amazing conversation. I think it was something that needed to be had. And then, of course, I've been getting a whole lot of reaction videos off that. But one in particular was from Kosher Clinician and did a breakdown of it. I think that was maybe one of the first that I saw. And when I checked it out, Kosher was doing his thing and I was listening, but then I noticed comments and it was from Chantel. And I said, "Oh, well, I guess she has a lot to say about this." And in the comments, and it took me back because let's be honest, rarely do you see content creators just commenting on things like that. You usually don't. And you don't because as a content creator, if you want to work with someone or you maybe know someone that knows someone, you can get in direct contact. Maybe a few months ago, I did contact Chantel Simone for a platform that I did. I wanted to talk to Black women that were content creators and discuss really our role here, to discuss our why. My why that I just stated earlier, that I stated on Shay Sade, that I stated on Zoom. My why has been consistent. And I wanted our Black women content creators for us to talk about our whys and our purpose. We get the chameleons and the pandarins and the pygmies. So this was kind of like an opportunity to show our substance. It was an opportunity to show that I'm not just on here trying to pander to you, that I'm not a chameleon, that I'm not this. It was a time where we can talk and not look at comments and have people blow our heads up and sip for us. It was a time that Black women can talk amongst each other that's been in this space and understand. And you believe that, and I believe that that was what that was for. And I still want to continue to do that because I think that's important. I think it's important if someone tries to compare me to someone or call me this, that what are you about? Women vetting women. She declined, which is fine. I get a lot of no's, so that doesn't hurt my feelings. But however, there was contact made personally that if you were so passionate enough to make so many videos and call me disrespectful, and if you had that passion, then there's no reason why you couldn't just let me know. Or even with Shay Sade, before we even got on her platform, hey, I want to talk to you about this, or what is it? And maybe that's old school, but that's what I do. I contact people, what's going on? If I don't agree with something or something's going on, because I genuinely care. So after the kosher clinician, I kept seeing amazing post still about the stab and the stab. And I said, man, they are just getting it wrong. Like, I understand the acronym, and maybe we can change that if that's a big deal. And I think she said it was triggering. So let's just forget stab. Forget it. Throw it out our vocabulary. I won't hashtag it anymore. Let's just forget about it. But my purpose is still my purpose. So if it was just the acronym, is that worthy of being accountable for because you didn't like the acronym? I think it's petty. So, yesterday, well, I told you I was getting trolled on Zoom to Thailand. So let's talk about this because then came Zoom to Thailand. And I always pop up on Zoom to Thailand's lives because he's just enjoyable. I have the best time when I talk to him. Now, mind you, he's in Thailand. So for someone that, again, never been anti-passport, I've always said go if that's what you want to do, but that's not my ministry. My ministry is here. I've made that very clear multiple occasions. So I jump on Zoom to Thailand's page, and of course, all the passport bros are over there. But I have a good time with Dre over there. Like, we have a ball and we laugh. And then we started talking about subjects, and then I just kept seeing in the chat again, Chantel. And I'm like, again? And so I contacted Zoom and I said, hey, I don't know if she's trolling me. I don't know what's going on, but let's invite her up if it's something that she vehemently wants to tell me or just disagrees with me so much. And so he did invite her on. And let me play that.
Here. So I don't understand why more female content creators who claim to have men's best interests at heart would not advocate for men to date out or go overseas.
Yeah, I don't know if this is turning into who has men's best interest at heart. Because that's what I keep hearing. If you have their best interest at heart, or if this and that, which, I have my community best interest in heart. I have our future's best interest at heart. I have the children that are here best interest at heart. It's bigger than me. It's way bigger than me. And again, when I see, and Richie, I sent this to you, and I'll play it as well. When women are getting together, and we can show women that are, and change our image of Black women here, and give women, young girls, images of women to look up to besides the Cardi B's, besides the Meg the Stallions. That's also the work is women seeing Black women looking like a Dorothy Dandridge instead of city girls. That's also the work. It's changing Black women's image. And that's part of it as well. But that's part of it that's here. Everyone knows that American culture travels. And so the image of Black women is going to be the image that they think of Black women when they go overseas as well, too. So it's, again, more than just marriage is a business to me, but it's also our changing our image. And I have to do that here because it's important, again, to me. So it's not who has man's best interest at heart. It's, you might be speaking to someone, but again, I'm not trying to necessarily just speak to men. I want a platform of women. I want to speak to those. And I'm grateful that my analytics are showing more women. Not only that, my analytics is showing that I got 24-year-olds listening to me. That might not mean much to you, but it means a hell of a lot to me, because that means that these women that are past the wall and the baby mamas, are young girls, are now starting to listen to as well. It might be a small amount, and I'm fine with that. I'm not trying to change the world, but I believe if I have a platform that is showing what we should be doing and what we should have been doing and what we got wrong, and I'm seeing my analytics and I'm getting messages from 20-year-olds, and I'm specifically getting messages from men. Let me pause that. As a woman content creator in this space, there is, what do you think our analytics are? Who do you think that the majority of women here are reaching? Men. That's what it is. The analytics of women content creators in this space are men. How in the world can we honestly say that we're trying to speak to women when we have a panel, a audience full of men? Make it make sense, because it doesn't. We're speaking to men. So how are we wanting Black women to be better, but we ain't talking to no Black woman? How is it that I'm so for the Black woman and I want the Black woman to get fit and feminine, all the talking points that we've heard over the years? How is it that we want women to be so much better, but yet we are saying it to men? Well, I'll tell you what, my platform has grown and I am getting women. Aren't the women supposed to be speaking to the women? But you got a platform for the men? So what it might be that some of this is it ain't clicking to some of the women. Maybe that's what it is. Because our goal as women and as older women, over 30, over 40, should be helping out these teenagers, should be helping out these 20-year-olds. That should be our main focus. So when I say my platform and when I said this, that I was excited to see that my analytics are changing. When I first started, my analytics was 7% women. Let me see what it is now in real time. You guys, excuse me. My analytics and my audience. I don't know if you guys can see. Maybe. I'm sorry. You see the male? You see the female? I started off at 7%. I'm at 25.9. I'm almost at 26% female. Do you know how huge that is as a woman in a male-dominated space? Do you see the age? Do you see the 25 to 35-year-old women, people that are listening? Do you see 18 to 24? Do you know all my analytics when I first started was between 35 to 54? And now you see I got 18 to 24-year-olds listening? Do you see I got 25 to 34-year-olds? Give me a break. This is the work. Not pandering to passport bros or trying to talk to men. It's us getting to the girls. So it's something that I know that it's something that I might be doing right. And what I know that I'm doing right is that I'm not just bashing Black women. I'm showcasing greatness. I'm showcasing that we can change our image by losing weight. We can change our image by having dialogue, honest dialogue. I'm also showing by able to be strong enough to be vulnerable. When do you see Black women cry? When do you actually see a Black woman being soft and able to open up and don't care about what you might say or think about her? But we want to make fun and mock that and put it on a thumbnail and then say it's crocodile tears. Well, if it is, I gotta be Angela Bassett, and I'm in the wrong arena. Our goals as women is to talk to the women. Our goals as older women is to get these women together straight. What Sister Shiraz Ali that you said I kept mentioning, that was her goal. So am I supposed to stop it because it didn't work 30 years ago? No. If you think that feminism was what broke down the family unit, you're absolutely wrong. Family unit was broken when we got over here. When we stepped off the slave ship, some of us, and they took our Black men and dehumanized him in front of us, used him for breeding, separated our families. Then we didn't know each other languages because we came from different tribes. That was the start, baby. It didn't just start with feminism. Our men have been belittled for hundreds of years. Our women have had to be masculine for hundreds of years. So it ain't going to be a 15, 20 year, we going to get this together. It might not be 100 year, but damn, somebody got to be willing to take that on their back and be like, you know what, you right, we wrong. And there needs to be work done. And I might not get it in my lifetime, but damn it, I'm going to trickle some of this stuff to my daughter. And she might not get it in her lifetime and it might not come together while she is, but if she marries and then have a child with a Black man, then her daughter can instill it in her. It's going to take generations, but where does the generation start? Here. I'll finish. Men that are showing their teenagers my stuff. That's powerful. And I'm not giving up on that. I'm not giving up on our children and or nothing because they deserve love. I'm sorry. But our kids, no one's talking about them. Who they gonna go to? Who they supposed to look up to? We keep talking how bad Black women are, but let's show some good Black women. So these little girls have something to look up to. I'm so tired of all the bashing and content creators trying to prove points because we're still hurting. I'm not out here trying to be the best content creator or who's a pick me. I don't give a damn. What about their children? I'm tired. I don't know if this and that. Who gives a damn? I'm not speaking. I'm not trying to be the male speaker. I'm trying to work in our community. And I'm passionate about that shit.
That's what I said earlier. I think you're just not understanding the perspective.
I cannot debate. I'm not trying to debate. And it's nothing for me to try to understand.
A perspective.
I know what needs to be done.
Courtney, can you hear me out real quick? Can I finish the sentence?
Go ahead.
I'm nobody's trying to debate you. I'm presenting an alternative perspective because we live in a world with many perspectives, right? To be so hard-headed on one perspective will be doing the whole community a disservice.
But that of me was clipped. That of me was made a thumbnail. That of me was mocked. What are we doing here? What are we doing? You mock a Black woman for freaking caring? You mock a Black woman for being a woman. That's y'all. Did y'all know women do cry? I damn almost cried watching that. Did you know Black women cried? We do. You don't see it. You see us twerking. You see us naked. You see us pregnant. You don't see us soft or vulnerable or open or admitting hurt. What in the world are we doing? And we're women content creators wanting Black women to be better, and we mock them when they're vulnerable and say they're crocodile tears, and I don't believe it. It's absolutely disgusting. And I hate that I'm here today, right now, doing this. I'm touching 40. And I'm talking about YouTube beefs when our children ain't got shit. Our families are struggling, ain't no damn families. And I'm over here beefing? I'm not.
Advantage. That's why I said I don't think you are understanding the perspective that I've been trying to present for almost an hour now. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with what you're doing, but look at it from the other perspective. You're asking men to put up with a market that's trash. You said it, the dating market is trash. Yes, you have faith that you can change the world. Yes, you have faith that you can influence these girls. Shout out to you. That is why I started my channel, for women like you, so we can sit together and talk together, because we have the similar mindset. However, in that meantime, what should the men do? The men can't be sitting around waiting for women who have been disrespecting them for years, since Oprah time. Sister Shahrazad.
It ain't been since Oprah time. Now, I know that Chantel is not from here, but I'm born and raised here in Tennessee, baby. And this is way before Oprah times. Our Black men have been disrespected for centuries. Centuries. So it ain't since Oprah times. Again, that's a talking point. But I know a little bit about what's been going on here, baby. My cousin, Aunt Tim, grandmama, granddad, all of them. And it's been going on for centuries. And not a one time did I ever say, Black man, you better wait. Wait on us. I have always said, you go where you need to go. I'm not talking or telling Black men what to do. Again, my focus is on women. I'm talking to the women here. Never did I ever say, Black man, you better wait it out. I'm talking to the women. And I was so thankful to Mita Allen that was talking to the men, because that's how you do it. I'm not telling men a damn thing. They do what they want to do. That's not my role, and it ain't my ministry. But I'm over here trying to talk to the women that are here, and at the men that don't want to go, because there's men that don't. And the men that don't want to go don't want to go overseas, don't have the funds, can't get a passport. What they supposed to do? Play Madden? Just worry about their fantasy football and basketball leagues? The men that want Black women here, but all they saying is that, can you just please tell your homegirls to shut up sometimes? Can you please tell her to go outside and walk that cheeseburger off? That's all I'm asking. Y'all ever wonder why that ain't nobody talking about the married Black men here? You ever wonder that? What about the Black men that are married? Y'all know that they out there. Did you know that? Did you know that a lot of these black men that are married are still having the same problem with their wives? So it's not even an issue of getting married, some of it, it's maintaining it. It's about trying to thrive instead of just trying to survive. And some of these men don't have peace at home because their wives bring them a living hell. What about them? But anybody want to talk about that? We just all passport bros. When there's black men here that want their wives to be women too. I hear them. I get those messages. I get the damn, I wish my wife would cook a little more. Quarter damn, you got a video on how to make a stuffed salmon. I get those messages. Should I tell him, no, divorce or gone overseas, gone. No, I ain't got nothing. I can't help you on that, brother, because you married, but to hell with you, because I'm not, they don't have a voice. Everyone ain't passport. There is some men that want to be here. There's some men that are in relationships here that's wanting to get their wives and girlfriends and fiancés together. Hell, some of them daughters getting on their damn nerves. Some of them can't even get their daughters together. They don't have a voice. We're not supposed to be talking to them. Those little girls that I said in the stream that I get, Courtney, I just wanted to hit you up. Man, I just sent my daughter your Patreon because I know she want to lose weight before she go to college. That ain't important. On the stream, I don't know why I was asked, and she asked me how many subscribers I had. What does my subscriber count got to do with it? There is millions of Black folks in the States here. What does my subscriber count got to do? If I got 3 subscribers and one video make a difference, ain't that the work? I'm not worried about my subscriber count. I'm worried about my substance. I'm worried about it. Am I relating to anyone? Or does anyone else see my vision? Subscriber count? Well, how many people are you talking about? That's why I need to know about your subscriber count. What my subscriber count got to do with anything?
Lead over 30 years and the same thing is happening. You're telling men, oh, give us another 30 years and hopefully it will change. If it hasn't changed in 30 years, why on earth would these men hold on to hope that it's changing? Why not encourage them to go elsewhere to find wives while you encourage these young girls to become wives so the sons of these men can find wives in America when it's their time? That's just a different perspective I'm trying to present to you. And I honestly don't think you're seeing where I'm coming from.
Okay, so again, it's becoming a fight. And I'm not, as your perspective is your perspective. You can do what you want to do. No one is stopping you. I've never came on no page of yours and said SYSCBM. I don't do that to you. You do it to me.
Courtney, that's not,
And
I did not
hold on. I gotta finish what I'm gonna say, please. You do your work what you see fit. I hear every perspective because I'm actually a woman that get on all the platforms. I speak to every subsect of men. The platforms that have 200 subs, I'm on there listening and supporting because I want to know every side, because that's important to me. I cam up on folks that people probably don't even know. I was on someone's channel yesterday listening to a whole nother perspective that I didn't even understand, but I gave my opening ear because I want to listen and get some kind of understanding. But I don't know how, I don't know how to make it clearer than am I making it clear? I'm not fighting anyone. I'm not debating my passion. Now, we can talk about how we can get there, but if you ain't about building, I don't have nothing to say to you. If you want beef, I don't have anything to say to you. I'm too old to be having these conversations. I'm too old to be going back and forth with people and making crazy thumbnails and talking about silly shit. I'm too old for that. I'm too old.
I just said went completely over your head.
No, I don't. You have to let me finish speaking, please.
But what I just said went completely over your head, and that's when I left the comment earlier that we're talking
Okay.
in circles, because no, you're moving the goal. I
I'm not
can't do it.
moving Guinea goat.
I can't do it. I'm sorry.
Well, you can drop.
I will.
I'm
Richie,
gonna.
thank you.
This is not what I want.
No,
This
no,
is-
Well, I
that's not
don't.
it.
No,
That's
but
not it.
it's
I just
what
said
it's
something. I just
Richie.
said something that 30 years men have been waiting for change since Shahrazad Ali's time. I support you, Courtney. I
Mhm.
support what you are doing. That is what you are talking about, and what I'm talking about is two completely different things.
Okay.
You're now saying that I get on platform to attack you, and you never, like, that's not what we're talking about, Courtney. We're on the same side. What
Wait,
I'm saying, what I'm saying is that men have been waiting. We're going to say it started with Shahrazad Ali over 30 years ago. Men have been waiting to see the change that you want to happen for 30 years. It has not happened yet. Why not encourage these men to go find wives elsewhere while we work with the daughters, so those men...
let me ask a question, because I like to be. Let's just be. We keep it at 1,000 wow. If I'm not married yet, y'all better hold your forces now, okay? That's a whole nother topic. But if I'm not married yet, Chantel's not married yet. Why in the, and I want a black man. I guess maybe she wanted, I don't know. Why am I gonna say, hey, good black man, go on and leave, baby. Get on. Get. So my grandmama used to say, get on, get. Why would I encourage men to leave and I'm a black woman and want to be married? No, baby, I don't want y'all leaving me. I could treat you good. I could cook you some collard greens and hot water cornbread, white beans and rice. Why would I encourage a woman that says she wants to be married and I'm a black woman, 4C up under these braids? Why am I just going to be encouraging the people to leave? No. I don't encourage men. And I'm not going to encourage men to leave. You do what you got to do. I'm not encouraging, nor am I distracting. I'm only here for one purpose. And again, I want to make it clear, because I know it's probably someone's going to clip it up. Lord, I'm so tired of seeing my mentions, Jesus. Lord, have mercy, be offense. My purpose is community work here. That is it, y'all. That's it. That's all I want to do is work on the people here. And for the people that want to love us, that don't want to go, that's all. Why is that up for debate? That's like someone debating me on me and my Christianity. It ain't open for discussion. Why are you a Christian? You know, that's the white man's. All right. You can have your opinion and your view, and that's fine. But this is my belief. So are you going to hold me accountable for being a Christian? I don't believe in lace front wigs. Are you going to hold me accountable because I don't support the lace fronts? What in my purpose is detrimental to us as a community? What is it that I am saying that deserves the multiple trolling, the videos, the horrible thumbnails? What is it that I am saying that's just so horrible? What is it to be accountable for?
When they are ready, those kids, when they are ready for marriage, the woman, the girls that me, both you, Gail, the Nika Marie, all the quote unquote pick me in the space, those girls that we helped, we worked on, their sons will have wives. This is not an argument. This is not a back and forth. This is me trying to get us to work together while men who are marriage minded now go find their wives elsewhere.
And the men that can't go elsewhere? Has anyone asked anyone that? Is anyone thinking about them? And what about the women here that want to be wives? They don't matter? Am I just only supposed to care about Black men going overseas? I'm not supposed to give a damn about Black women? I'm not supposed to care about Black women? News flash. I'm a Black woman. Black woman. With these thighs, it could be women. I'm a Black woman. So what I champion, what I see fit, it's, of course, I'm going to put myself in it because the changes that are happening and needs to be done affect me. I have a Black daughter. I have Black nieces. I have Black aunts. Do you think I'm not going to celebrate great Black women? Newsflash, that's not going to happen here. You see, I love my community. I'm not just saying things to tickle the fancy of men. I'm here for a community, which means Black women are included in the community. You know, I hear people say, well, I'm a Black, I can make Black babies anywhere. Yeah, well, you know, okay. Shout out Drake and his child and how over generations it becomes recessive. So no, Black people got to be with Black folks to be Black. That's how it usually go. I can't have a Black baby without a Black man. Black man can't have a Black baby without a Black woman. Now, if she's in Colombia, do you? Please do you. Do you? Please do you. Is that any clearer? Is this thing on? Do you? Please, do you? Go if you want to go. I ain't never shamed, nor will I ever shame. Go. But as for me and mine, we's here. As for me and mine and my tribe, we here. And if you don't want to be here, then go. I made a post like a week ago. Look, if you don't believe in what I say or you don't see what I'm trying to do or want to do, if you don't believe in Black love, then why are you here? Don't subscribe to me. That's fine. I can't make you do nothing. The comments that I get, and I always respond, then why are you here? If you're done with Black women, go. Okay. If you don't want Black love, okay. So again, I want to be very, 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 very clear because this is going to be the last time. If that is what you want to do, please do it. For those that want to work on us here, that are not wanting to give up on us, then this is home for you. For those that understands the work that our ancestors put in and want to continue a legacy here, this is home for you. For those that want to learn more and learn about our ancestry in the diaspora and how I got my nose and my lips and genetically, what did it mean to do this and that, and trying to connect the dots, you can have a home here. And that's what this space is for. I'm not trying to sound like every woman content creator. I am Courtney Michelle, and I put that for a reason. I am me. My thoughts, my aspirations, my beliefs. It's me. My page is not I am every Black woman content creator in the manosphere. It's I am Courtney Michelle. Okay, so I'm going to try to finish at my point that I can't finish. The work that needs to be done is here. There are specifically women now that are doing it. There are specifically marriages that are happening now that are not men overseas. They're getting married here. Those stories need to be told. Those men that found a great woman 6 months ago because she listened to Kevin Samuels or Shirazad Ali, and there was light bulb that's been happening from women. Those stories need to be told. The statistics that we're at in our marriage rate is not going to change unless women stand up now and say, I want to marry you. I want to be better. Men do settle for women, but shit, we need to give them something at least to work with. And those women that are need to be seen. The men that want to be married now but can't go overseas need to see the women now. This is why the work is important now. My community is more than just marrying off folks. It's also making sure that, again, when I told you about the work that I'm doing as far as with child support and working with Black lawyers here to make sure they have a fund for Black men and their children. That's the work that needs to be done now. The statistics, Sister Shiraz Ali, when I talked to her and her work, she said, baby girl, I'm still going to work because I ain't gave up on shit. And I said, sis, that's why I'm here and that's why I'm talking to you. And that's why she's been a monumental mentor for me for months. It wasn't just an interview I did. I've had long conversations with her. And I adore her so much because my thoughts and my beliefs is something she said, sis, I've been doing it. There's been change, not saying that change is good, but I'm not going to stop. And God put me on this earth to do it. And I said, sis, my passion is, I feel the same way. And so now she said, well, think about it this way. As a Black woman, have you been talking to younger sis? You need to get out of your community, get your ass off YouTube and with these talking points and talk to those young girls that's in the projects. Show them what women look like. Show them what an educated Black woman can still be submissive and understand leadership. They need to see you in flesh. Have you ever thought about doing charm school and working with women like that now? So Sister Razi, these are conversations that I was blessed to have with her for months. And what I believe is something that she champions as well and that she started, and I'm going to continue. I don't know how much clearer that I got. What is the debate? What's the debate? I'm going to read some of the super chats. And I said I was going to drop the link. Hello, Courtney. How are you? I'm doing. Yeah, I'm all right. I follow you from Richie Mag, New York in the house. What's going on, New York? Thank you so much for your super chat. Let me go. TJ, what is going on? Let's bring class and sophistication back. $10 drop. Thank you so much. I wholeheartedly agree. Mr. BX87, love, appreciation, and blessings, Courtney. Thank you so very much. CT Bone, $10. Thank you so much. I think as a content creator, that is are for the best interest are of Black men and women, perhaps collaboration would be the better weapon, because one thing that is the enemy is feminist culture. I agree. And I have reached out before and I got to know, which is fine. But if there's something that, you want to have the discussion about, like Shay Sade did, I'm fine with that. But as of now, would I do it? Absolutely not. Because it will not be in good faith. Because that conversation from Zoom to Thailand, was that in good faith? No, it wasn't. It's proving points. And I'm not on here to prove a point. I'm here to work. Shay, thank you so much. In my opinion, I think the shock was from the acronym STAB and how aggressive it came off, as it also seems like men are asking to wait around and save a community that doesn't inspire them. Main pushback I've heard. Well, we had the conversation as well, Shay as far as what I believed. So if that was a pushback, and I know that you was on her show yesterday and I didn't listen to all of it because it's just so much my spirit is able to take. So some things I just don't allow in my spirit, so I turn off. But I made it clear on what my purpose was. And if it's so the stab, then, but you putting it all on me. Ain't nobody at nobody else. And I wasn't the only one that had this, but it's me. It's me that's getting it. After I've told multiple times, no, it was a collab and it was unjust. And if it's just the acronym, okay, well then get rid of the acronym. Does that take 3 videos because you mad on an acronym? Are we that petty that we're doing hour-long lives because you're just mad of an acronym? Better You, thank you so much. You promote order in a space that is chaotic and disorderly. Don't let these folks get you riled up. Keep doing you. Thank you so much, Better You. I appreciate you. You know I do. I'm not even going to try to mess up your name. NY Wakoma. 10, thank you. Please study the work of Dr. Bobby E. Wright on menticide. Men suicide, maybe. This work is deep and won't be done in our lifetime, but we don't take this on and it won't get done ever. Thank you. And I'll make sure that I look that up. Latin splaining, Denise Gonzalez, thank you so much. Courtney, I saw Shan stream and she stated several times she isn't taking a jab at you. She just explained why the acronym STAB was telling a masculine state of women here. So again, are we going to be honest? Who in the world will make a live to say, yeah, this is a jab at you? This is to get at you. I want to have beef with you. That's not how this YouTube game works. And I think that we all know that. And, not saying to try and insult my intelligence, but I know a little bit better than that. And if it's just on an acronym, that's a community tab post. That's a short. Hey, that stab stuff, I don't like it. It's triggering and dumb. Get rid of it. Bye. but hours long videos. I was born that night, not last night. We love you. I love you. Thank you. Kareem, I don't understand why you are upset. You have a platform. Do what you feel is right. Just ignore haters. Uh, plus, promote black. Please promote black love. If that what you feel, let black men do them and be happy if they want to travel. Did I not say that? You see, I was doing me. I absolutely was doing me and having my platform until I saw my face being plastered on thumbnails and I saw my face being plastered on Instagram and trying to say the Instagram post that I saw that I would. Let's pull it up. Now, what was it? Let's see. And thank you guys for hanging in there. I'm trying to. It's selfish to ask black men to save a community that disrespects them. Well, I understand your opinion, but I'm not asking anyone to do anything. I'm stating what I'm doing. And selfishness is replying that I'm just doing everything for self. How am I selfish and I'm focused on community? As I stated before, this is bigger than me. Legacy here, continuing on our generation of black people, of African Americans, it's bigger than me. You can do what you want to do. I don't know how many times I gotta say it. Do what you want to do. And I feel like, what was it, Rocco? I'ma do me. Like I said, it's impromptu, and it was a lot of things that I wanted to dissect. And I went over there today. Thank you for supporting. With the live today, again, I'm thinking yesterday when I saw that there was going to be a live talking about this or whatever. I said, you know what, that's it. Okay, fine. It was a live. I get over it. Okay, cool. And then I wake up and get a message, darn, round 2. And I said, what you mean round 2? And I said, again, but this time you use my face of me being vulnerable. This time I don't know, because I didn't say anything with the trolling and I didn't say anything yesterday. Maybe you thought that was a sign of weakness. Femininity don't mean you're a pushover. Being a woman don't mean that you're a punk. And I'm far from that. And so when I see someone try to mock me continuously in the name of I'm also a woman creator and I'm for black women, that's what needs to be held accountable. That's what accountability is you making a mockery of what women should be able to be. And that's soft, vulnerable, sweet, and open and kind. So no, madam, you can't hold me accountable for wanting to better my community. But I can hold you accountable for the multiple videos that you are trying to make about me to turn into something that God knows I never thought that it would be. I can hold you accountable by saying, if you genuinely felt this way, that I am not hard to reach. I can hold you accountable to say this was a genuine conversation that we already had on Zoom to Thailand, and we talked for an hour and a half. What else there to talk about? But this is YouTube. This is YouTube. And for content creators that are growing or have a particular view, this is also a learning lesson. And the lesson is, this is a learning lesson. And anybody can get it. I'm aware of that. But be aware that everybody ain't just going to take it. So I am going to drop the link. And what's funny is that we talk about shaming and why are women and men shaming the passport bros, and why are we doing all the shaming and the shaming? What is being done right now? Sometimes we become the thing that we hate. Sometimes we become the thing that that becomes so contemptuous to us. Sometimes we become it. Let me bring this out for you guys. If you want to come up, again, if you want to say something, I'm keeping it open, that you can. And if you don't, I'll keep it open for a couple minutes. If you don't, that's definitely fine. Again, this is definitely going to be the last time. I'm not going on nobody's show talking about this. I'm sure someone's going to clip it up. Just please, if you clip it up, be very clear and concise of what my why is. My why is community building and for us to get better. The why that I would like to know, again, is the why so many. And if she's here, I would love for her to come up, because maybe I can understand maybe what the purpose is. The purpose of the continuations. Because you said you're going to do a video tomorrow, do a live tomorrow to talk about the same thing. Ain't you tired? I'm tired. I'm tired of seeing my face. I'm tired of getting added at I am Courtney Michelle. I'm tired of that. Hell, I'm tired of panels. All right, let me get you know. What's going on, TJ?
Hello, lovely. Can you hear me?
I can. How are you doing?
Girl. I am well. What in the world is going on here?
Well, I hate to do this because I'm not with this crap. I hate well, I don't want to say I hate, because I don't have any problem with confrontation. That just happens in life. People are not going to agree with you. You
Right.
might get in an argument. So I get it. I think there's a right way and a wrong way to resolve conflict. I think there's a right way and a wrong way to understand someone's point of view if you genuinely want to. What I'm learning on YouTube is that the understanding is not getting someone maybe on your platform, because again, I tried to cam up today, but there was no time.
Yeah.
I have an hour-long time to talk about you. but I don't have time to give you 10 minutes to explain. I don't got no time for you right now. I got time to talk about what you said, but I don't have time to talk to the person that said it. I just said a word. Come on, somebody. I have time enough to talk about you, but I don't have no time enough to talk to you.
Well,
what are we doing here, Black people?
I'm gonna do the church rock right now.
I
on
have
that
time to talk about you. I have time to make videos and try to make you look like a fool.
Let the church say
I have time enough at your most vulnerable moment to clip that up and to mock you. But I ain't got time enough to talk to you.
Yes.
And you wonder why Black folks are like the way that we do, because we don't want to talk to each other.
Yes.
You wonder why Black folks are like what we are, because we don't want to commune and have relationships with each other. We just want to mock and make fun of you.
Well, you know, I identify with that, and you know that I do, because the young lady has chosen to make fodder of me on several occasions. And I too had offered for us to have a dialogue and invited her to have a dialogue, and she declined, which is completely her right. So I'm inclined to believe that she's not really interested in having real conversations to understand and mutually respect diverging opinions, only her own. And when she does not agree, she chooses to make fun of you instead of seeking to understand. But she would do the Jedi mind trick. Yeah, I said it. The Jedi mind trick, and make it be that it's you that's the problem.
Yeah.
Because like I've said, you know, she did the same thing to me. Not once, not twice, but I think maybe twice at least. And I'm old enough to be her mother. So let's go ahead and get this out of the way right now, because if she wants to clip it up, I want to go ahead and clip this up. I'm bitter. I'm a bitter broad. I'm triggered. I'm emotional. I'm pathetic because I met my husband online at 50. So all of that is true. So you can't try to use that against me.
That's what you were called?
Yeah, she called me a bitter broad. She said that I was pathetic. You know, who wants to be on a dating site at 50? Well, no, I didn't want that. But what am I supposed to do, just shrivel up and die because I wasn't married? You know, so yeah. And then when I said, you're just trying to derail the conversation. No, I was trying to offer hope for women who had passed the wall like myself, to say it's a possibility, it's not a probability. But also I tried to say to her, I'm not advocating that people do it my way, not in any shape, form, or fashion. I was blessed, and I know that. But because she only chose to make fun of me and not to seek to understand me, she used it for fodder, just like she's using you. So like I said, I'm triggered. I'm a bitter broad. I'm all of these things. So we'll just go ahead and put that out there. So you can't try to say, so I'm that. So let me go ahead and I made a couple of notes here.
Hold on. Before you do, because my back is full. Okay. Uh-oh. I have Shay Day up here, and I'm going to bring her up, but I wanted to read this. Chantel said she did not want to talk to Courtney privately. She said, for what? And that's fine. That's fine. She, I mean, again, have every right. Hey, Shay.
Hey.
Hello. Hey. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm all right.
You're doing all right. Yeah. Well, I won't take up too much of your time. Thanks for having me on. You know, I feel partially involved just because I know this conversation kind of started from an interview we had about 2 weeks ago. So having a chance to listen to your side and her side, it's interesting because I feel like you guys are in some ways advocating for the same thing, but somewhere down the line, there was like miscommunication. It seems like things are lost in translation, because at least when I talk to you, when I talk to her, it's like I'm seeing a lot of similarities. So
I agree. Again, that's what I said. I am lost and confused because, and I stated this on Zoom to Thailand multiple times. I said, I don't think we necessarily disagree. We just are our ways of getting it is just different.
Yeah.
And I said, if you believe in what you believe, wholeheartedly do that. This is just my stance.
Yeah. Now, I will say the main pushback I've heard, especially from men, and I understand it, was the fact that, like, the acronym STAB can come off as really aggressive and in some ways quite offensive, because it's like, if you're trying to advocate for inspiring men to stay, like, that aggressive, rather violent stance can be off-putting. And
Okay.
just my thought, I'm assuming, it was just like something you wanted to do to kind of be provocative. And at least for me, I took it away as like, yeah, stab is very provocative. So that's kind of why it represented this movement. But I think there was just a lot of gentlemen who were just like, weren't rocking with that in particular. And then that kind of came with this whole thing. It's like, we don't essentially feel like we have to stay for a community that doesn't inspire us. Like, that's the main pushback that I've heard. And I get it. It's like I said, I get it. I don't think any man in their right mind should be forced to do anything they don't want to do. That's like a bad deal.
Yeah.
So,
and I say that before, but what I found interesting is that ain't nobody saying nothing to the man. Alan was on your page.
Yeah, we need to talk
before me, and ain't nobody is saying nothing. But now all of these, and it's other people, and I get the comments and a reaction here and a reaction here. But when it becomes problematic, it's the multiple. And when I go up there today and I'm like, hey, okay, you're doing it again. Why? Then I can come up if you want to have the conversation. No, I won't talk to you, or I ain't got time for you. But she ain't mentioned nothing or had no pushback for Alan. And I think it's interesting, but I have my reasons on probably why. Because I'm an easier target.
Okay, so to be, and I'm not sure if she's aware of this. I don't know, but I know when we initially talked about stab, I actually thought it was something that you had came up with, and then I know when you explained, you said it was something that like you and Alan kind of did like as a collaboration. But I think there's a lot of people who are feeling like you really championed this cause, at least the way that's looking at it. Like, this is something that, or like you really came up with it, like it was like your idea. I don't think the idea is clear that like this is something that you and we need to talk kind of did.
I'll get that, but when I made it very clear on your page, and I ain't never made no video talking about stab. I've never posted anything about stab. So you would think that if it's something that I'm toting around,
right?
But I ain't made no video about it. And when we talk about it, we kikiing. And so, and when I talk to Chantel on Zoom, I specifically told her, so we can't, ignorance is not going to fly here. Before she made these videos and continuously trying to push this little narrative of, for whatever reason, I specifically told her, and I had this conversation over an hour. So I can't play that ignorance card with her. Others, yeah, that's fine, but not her. But she's the one that's doing the multiple. And the post on IG that I'm getting sent. And the making fun of me for being having a vulnerable moment, but we talk about Black women being so hard and not open and not having any emotions and saying, I don't need you, F you. And then you have a woman that shows it and we mock it.
Yeah, I didn't see all of today's live. I listened to a lot of yesterday's live. So that's why I was like, okay, somewhere down the line there was some confusion, because like I know she has a point, you have a point, and it's very similar. But I think she was, at least from what I got, she was reacting to the aggressive stance. But now, and I had a chance to talk to her about the overall idea. Like I said, I appreciate the idea, but I think unless there's like some real, institutional actionable steps that would need to be made from the collective of Black women, then I don't think it would go very far. And that's a whole separate conversation.
But here's the thing, which doesn't make any sense. There's nothing to go far. It's Black men here that don't want to go overseas. And there's Black women here that want to be wives. What is there to go far? If there's Black men that saying they want Black women here, it ain't nothing to go far. It's now let's Black folks, women to start listening to your man. Women, take the bonnet off. It's the simplistic message of that is what I care about. Yeah, there needs to be some things that needs to be done as far as politically and laws. Yes,
Right.
but the idea of mine and what I stated was yours was just Black people here getting it together and us being together in nuclear family. That doesn't take necessarily just an act of God. It just takes some women shutting the hell up.
Yeah, I think, well, and correct me if I'm wrong, what I heard walking away from the initial conversation was essentially advocating for a cultural shift, which is like, again, seeing, because what you're talking about is essentially a collective of Black women taking on behaviors and different things that would lead to more marriages, that would essentially lead to the men who are staying being inspired to marry them. Am I right to believe that, or did I?
I think before we can even talk about any kind of huge pushes, let's first talk about women trying to get their own hair.
No,
and, you know what I'm saying? I'm with the baby steps, but we ain't even got to that part yet. We over here talking about you need to make laws and stuff, and we can't even get women from 60 years old off a table twerking. Before we change any marriages and laws, we got to get married first. And what about the marriages that are the folks that are married that I get those messages for? They get lost in translation.
No, and here's the thing. It's like I agree with both you and Chantel. Your desire to want to essentially see more married nuclear families. That's what essentially you and her are pushing for. So like I totally agree with that. I think where I was because I walked away from that conversation with you initially thinking, okay, like, first of all, I understand where you're coming from, and then I understand Austin's pushback. Like, it kind of started with Austin coming in and being like, we think it's too bad. SYSBM, and obviously he has a lot of support there, right?
Yeah.
And so I was going away and I was thinking, okay, if again talking about influencing a next generation, talking about doing some of these things to where it's not just like you and me, but there is more. It starts to ricochet effect. Like, what would that look like? What would it look like to really, again, inspire men? My initial thought was, okay, even when we want to talk about being married, right? And how to get married and how to get Black men to essentially get down on their knees and see us as valuable. I'm thinking, okay, well, what are their interests? What are the things that Black men are interested in? What are the things that move them? What are the things that right now are bothering them that we can start to champion behind? And so thinking about that, like practical ways that we can start to understand our men better so that we can be marriageable. And then you talked about bonnets. You talked about like, these are, I think for me, I'm looking at this like these needs to be addressed on a multiple level. I think optimism is good. And I think having a nice personality is good, but I'm like, okay, how could we instruct this to other women? So that's kind of what I walked away thinking, like this needs to be a larger conversation that requires organization.
Absolutely. And that's why it's important to have multiple ideas of content creators that want to get on different levels. If this is my little level, if I'm a hairdresser that's a natural hairdresser, and I just want to get women out of lace fronts and wanting to grow their hair and get their edges back, then let me focus on that. I don't have to take on the entire world if that's my purpose and my focus. And then let the next content creator work on this, like, and we can come as a collective, because what I do here, what you do over there, what she does here, then as a collective, we can all come together. But we can't do that if my focus is here and you're going to try to tell me you need to look at my point of view and you don't seem to get it. And why would you want to do this? And that ain't how you do it.
No, I hear you. No, I like I said, when I've heard you, I listen to her. I've kind of been in contact with both of you, and I'm like, somewhere there is lost in translation. I see somebody in your private chat saying that I'm a chameleon and that I'm shady.
Oh, who said that?
May. I don't. If they want,
I'm not looking at private chat. May, we can't. Okay, so
because I'm like, if you want to clarify, I've been upfront with you that I'm talking to you. I have on Instagram. I've been in conversation with Chantel. Y'all all know what I've said, so I have nothing to hide here.
And that's fine. And I think it's interesting that it has been you. But you're not the one giving me pushback or have questions or want to know the whens and whys because, well, actually, you did, and that's why you had a show. So why is it that you're mature enough to do that and say that or ask if it's legit or you generally want to do that? But on the other end, she has to have a moderator or she just can't ask or send a DM or an email, which she has. I don't know what the hell are you talking about? But it's okay, again, to talk about me and think that I'm not going to say nothing or I'm not going to stand up for myself. That doesn't, you can talk about me for hours, but you can't give me enough decency as a Black woman that's trying to be better. And quite frankly, we have some of the same goals to give me 10 minutes.
Yeah,
That
like
don't fly right.
I don't know. I don't know. Are you talking about today? Are you talking about?
I'm talking about today.
Okay, yeah. Honestly, I didn't. I meant to watch today's live. I wasn't able to watch all of it. I'll go back and do the replay.
Did you see the thumbnail?
Let me see. I saw something today that was like, ooh, but I know she did a couple of posts. That's why I reached out to you and her. And I was like, wait, what happened?
It's too much.
What just happened? Okay, let me see.
It's too much, and it is no purpose, and she's holding me accountable for what? An acronym? Multiple of posts and videos. It doesn't make sense. So, do I think it's something more? Absolutely.
Oh, you're talking about the huge black went. Okay, that's interesting. Whew, okay, well, I'm gonna, you know what? Because I don't want to speak on her behalf, huh?
It's degrading.
Yeah, let me see this. Yeah, I don't want to speak on her behalf. Let me. Okay. Yeah. No. I'm gonna go back. I'll go back and listen to that in its fullness. I knew she was gonna do a live today, but I didn't have a chance to watch through it. But well, anyways, like I said, I wanted to call up and because, like I said, I kind of felt partially involved just because this all started with our combo. I do feel like things were lost in translation. I don't want to speak on her behalf. I'm leery to do that just because I'm not her. You know what I mean? And so I don't want to be trying to say things, put stuff in her mouth. I really understand where both of you guys are coming from. What just from me observing, I feel like somewhere things got lost in translations and then emotions got high. Like that's just me on the, just me observing it. Now I'd have to go back and listen to her perspective on the live and see if I could get the full breakdown. If there's something else she's, I'm gonna
be honest with you. I mean, you can if you want to, but this is gonna be my last thing. And if she keeps making multiple, then go right on ahead. This is my last hoorah with it. This is me addressing, and I want to address what the stab and all that is. I don't want to steal nobody. Go where you want to go. I said this about 10 times. Leave. Forget about it. I go where you want to go. I just am focused on here. That's it. And I don't have nothing else really to say about it. And I don't have to go on no other platforms or nothing. I tried to go up there today. Didn't work. Just talking about I'm going to do one tomorrow. We're not going to keep this going because we're not going to keep my name and monetizing off of me like that. You're not going to use me like that. Not without me saying something. So, all right, Sade, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I do.
Yeah. Okay, I'll be in contact.
All right.
Have a good one.
Bye. Let me bring up a couple more people, and I'll be quick because I don't want to keep this long-winded. I'm going to bring Derek Spina, my guy. I have not seen you in a long time, Derek.
What's up, y'all? Hey, I've been working. I had just sent you a DM, Courtney. So, but I cut it short. Yeah, don't. But it's like it's just again, like we're getting into semantics. Like everybody knows the point and where you're coming from is pro-Black love. That's it. Whatever the acronym. I mean, we're like it's crumbs. Like we're getting into minutia of stuff that's not important. The point is. And I kind of was saying this in the message I sent you, people are old love here also. If a person chooses to want to stay home, black men and black women both deserve a good product.
Right.
And I've been overseas. I'm prior military too, been with different types of women. It's cool. It is what it is. But don't, I was in the Army, but don't but don't try to clown and shit on. And let's keep it a buck. I've been with Jamaican women,
Mm-hmm.
very masculine,
Mm-hmm.
very, I mean, so if we want to, if we want Jamaican women or something, not all of them, but the ones I've been with have been kind of masculine and not real feminine either. So again, we're just getting too deep in the weeds, and everybody knew what you meant. All
I
right,
know. I
so
know.
just keep it up, keep up the good work. I always support people who are advocates of men, who are advocates and have pride in themselves and their own communities. Um, that's something I will always stand for and be with.
Yeah.
And we understand what you're doing, and just keep on, keep on message.
Thank
Don't let them, because again,
you.
you have to be aware of enemies, foreign or domestic.
Mm-hmm.
I say that again in the community, foreign or domestic. You
Yeah.
know, all skin folk ain't kin folk, and we see this firsthand.
Yeah.
Like I said before, I follow her content. I don't know if I'm still going. I mean, just the point is, there's multiple ways of doing something. It doesn't have to be one particular way. And like you were saying earlier, hey, everybody has certain lanes. I'm an expertise at this lane.
Mm-hmm.
There's an expertise in her lane. But we're all doing the objective is to get to the same point.
Right.
So don't clown me because I'm riding a bike to get there versus you in your car. She might be in her truck. It's all a means to get to the same point. A lot of times black folks, we get distracted by stupid shit,
The,
and it's easy for us to so let's, again, I'm going to continue to support you. I've always have.
you've been
Anywhere I
you seen me. You've been here with me, so you know I get surrounded with the divestors and all that stuff. I
yeah,
ain't got no problems.
oh boy, yeah, but no, but we really just again, like, we need to cut the clown stuff off
Yeah.
and stay on point. If people want to rock with us and support, all good. If not, all good too. But don't stop me from doing my thing. If I can, if you decide to do it another way, that's cool. I'm gonna do it this way that I know.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's all I want to say. But just appreciate the content.
Yeah. Well, this.
And keep your head up. This
Thank
too shall
you.
pass. Don't
Thank
even worry about it.
I appreciate you so much. I'm gonna respond to your message. I'm gonna read it. So
Sorry, it's long. Yeah, I was typing it, and
I'm
then
with it.
the
I
same thing came up, and I was like, "Let me get on here," because that's
well,
basically what I was just trying to say. Don't
yeah.
not saying that you're him, but they hated on Martin, they hated on Malcolm, they hated on Jesus. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't
Yeah.
sweat the small stuff. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm out, little babe.
All right. Thank you, boo.
All right.
Love you.
New levels, new devils.
Are you trying to stay up here with me?
I am.
Lord, let me get some of these super chats. I think. Oh, I already read that one. So thank you again. Wrench Turner was my guy. What is going on, Wrench? Just like with brother Alan Obi, your cause is just. I also support brothers finding wives abroad if they desire to do so. Me too. And Wrench Turner, no, he the main one. No, I'd be over there, and he comes over here. Like, we have the same message, and we've never degraded anyone. And I make it a point to say it as much as I can. You go where you want, go where you love, and if that's the case, that's fine. But I'm here. That's it. And the pushback I give, it's astounding. But thank you, Rich Turner. I appreciate that. Before, Kevin Samuels always talks about having good faith. Don't know much about the other woman, but one thing I believe, Courtney has good faith. Thank you so much. And I you can't prove someone. I can't say I'm real and I'm not a chameleon. You gonna think what you gonna think of me. And I can't change nobody's opinion, and I'm not trying to. And I'm just putting out my work, and I'm just gonna have to let it speak for itself, and I'm just trying to be consistent.
I think it's just a matter of respect, even if you don't agree. even if you don't even completely understand.
Yeah.
Respect the other person, and even when you disagree, you don't have to degrade.
Yeah.
You don't have to do that. And again, I put, you shouldn't have to dim somebody else's light for yours to shine.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have to do that.
Let me read this. My question is, what is the most important law to change? Personally, it's anything for me that's having to do with family. So, child support, I think, and I specifically talked about the ease of having a divorce. I think that those need to be looked at tremendously, because we know that it favors, and you can't say something is fair and the law is blind, but then you know that it's completely favorable, and even the people that's making the laws and executing the laws will tell you it's favorable. Well, if it's favorable, then maybe it's time to change it, because it shouldn't be favorable. It should be balanced. So let me bring up some more, and we'll do it quick because I'm not child on my ankle right now. Marcus, and you guys, can you please cam up at least, so because I can't, after this stream, someone might be trying to knock me down. So I see you, Mr. Mays. Thank you so much. And if you can cam up, you don't have to stay cam up this time, but if I can see your face and some movement in the back. I see you. Hamlin, yeah, Mr. Mays. Okay, and May and antisocial, you guys can, and I'll bring you up too. What you got for us, Marcus? You're on mute, darling. Hold on 1 second. May, I saw a hand. Can I see your face, darling?
Hello? Hello?
Okay, I see you. Hi.
I'm sorry. Damn. All right.
What you got for me?
Yeah. How y'all ladies doing?
Doing well.
Yeah. First of all, I'm always gonna rock with you. You know what I mean? You've been solid since day one. You know what I'm saying? Same thing, the OG right next to you.
Yeah.
Y'all both solid. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. I rock with her too, but I just didn't like the whole approach and the whole narrative that she was doing, and it was disappointing for me to see, because it's like y'all both represent the same thing for our people. So it was kind of sad to see what she was doing.
You the Marcus that was sent me a message yesterday?
Yeah.
Was it Marcus? That was you? Okay. Yeah. And when I responded, I said, I don't know either. And I didn't know today was going to happen until I got a message. And I was like, again?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I saw you in the chat too. So I appreciate you. Thank you. I was like,
yeah.
But I mean, I guess I'm trying to understand if it's just the acronym, like the whys, and then why are we doing this? I mean, I know I can't ask you why Black women do this, but it just seems petty.
Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, how can I say this? Like, I understand the acronym, what you was doing, and you explained, and you explained it yourself. But on the flip side, I understand what the people that want to go overseas, what they meant, how they took it. So I'm like, all right, fine. And then you even said you wasn't going to do it, but I feel like from her side, she felt some type of way about it. I'm not sure. And then I don't know. Like, I just didn't like her approach. Whoa, what the hell?
Yeah.
Whoa. I just didn't like her approach to what she was saying about you and all this and that. And I'm like, but you can let Courtney come on for 10 minutes to talk it out? Like, that's some coward stuff. Like, what's going on?
You didn't put that. And that's why I felt like it was, if you were genuine and you believed in it, and I don't have that much time, again, you have that much time to talk about me.
Right. Like,
you don't have 5 minutes to let me on. Where's the link? I'm super chatting you. I'm giving you $2 here, $2 here, $2 there. Give me the link so I can. And all I wanted to know was why.
Right.
Why?
Even my fault. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. That's all I had to say was the,
because even my OG that y'all was on the show with, even he didn't really say nothing, but he was like I don't like where this is going. Even he was kind of saying something about it a little bit he didn't say it, but he was kind of getting a hint to like, yo, like, where is this going? I'm like, come on, like y'all two represent the same thing for our people, and we got too much of that. We're too divided. We shouldn't be going at each other. Like, yes, we can disagree on certain things, but we still represent the same thing. You feel what I'm saying? Like, Batman and Robin, they aligned, but there were certain things they didn't agree with, but their goal was to protect the people and fight crime for the people. So it's like the same thing with TJ. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, what are we doing? Like, y'all both are beautiful women, y'all both are feminine, y'all were, as y'all both mentioned before, y'all were on a lower frequency as far as being masculine, trying to be men and all this and that, you know, whether y'all knew it or not, and then y'all evolve into y'all higher self. So it's like, what are we doing? Like, y'all all, like y'all on the same, like y'all should be on the same team. You know what I'm saying? Y'all should be on that Thanos, like snapping the finger and going to all these hyenas. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, what are we doing?
I agree, and that's something I could say about Shay Sade, because I think we have the same ideas. Her approach is different. How she goes about it is different, but we have a commonality where it's mutual respect.
Right. Yeah. Like,
you know, like and so even with that, I'll look at that and it's like, that's how we should be. And if you don't agree, it was like, girl, let's work together because I understand and I feel you, but that stab shit, girl, for the birds, like she did. But I wasn't given that grace nor that opportunity. I was just getting trolled, quite frankly, for a week.
Right.
And then now I have these videos, and I wasn't going to do this. I told you yesterday I wasn't. But today I just like I gotta stand up for myself.
As you should. But I don't wanna stay on here too long. I just want to say that, you know, I rock with you ever since you came on the Let's Talk Show. You know what I'm saying, from last year. I've been watching both of y'all for over a year, so I still rock with y'all. So yeah, I rock with y'all. Y'all cool. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
sometimes, you know what I'm saying? So just keep
okay. Well, that's my guy Marcus. I appreciate it. He did. And he actually hit me up yesterday and was like, what's going on? And I responded, I said, darling, I don't know. Literally don't know. I wanted to stop. So, Mr. Mays, I'm going to bring you up.
Hey, Courtney. Hello, ladies. How y'all doing tonight?
Paul. Hi, Paul.
Yes, it's me. Mays is my last name. I thought you figured that. I thought you figured that out the last time we talked, when we talked about the Disney princesses. Courtney.
Yeah, I did. But you know, my little head. I got a lot going on today, obviously.
Yes, I know, and I definitely wanted to talk about it. So, greetings to everyone, ladies. Hope you all are having a great night. So, I just want to give you some perspective here, because I was on TikTok yesterday, and I mean, you think YouTube is crazy? You should see what's going on TikTok. It's crazy. I mean, me here in Atlanta, the dating room is already trash as it is. But my thing is, I'm 33 years old, single guy. You know all this, right? So I'm gonna tell you the truth here. I'm at a point in my life where it's like, I feel like it's truly too late for me. You know what I'm saying? When I look at my dating world and my life as a whole, you know, me not feeling appreciated as a man, you know, in this day and age, who's had an example of a Black father in a home, who's had an example of seeing multiple marriages in my church that I grew up in, you know, looking at my Black family, you know, that I have, you know, watching my Black older sister get married and have my niece and my nephew, and they're thriving and doing well, you know, looking at my Uncle John and his wife and their children, and they're thriving and doing well. And I got a family with a lot of aunts, you know, so I see Black women. I love my Black women. You know what I'm saying? I want to marry a Black woman. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I hope it happens, but I'm just gonna keep it real here. You know, if it so happens that I don't marry a Black woman, I'm not gonna come on anybody and disrespect Black women, because that's what a lot of divestors out there do. You know, they'll say, "Oh, I'm gonna run to my white man. He's gonna treat me better and everything," and so forth and so on. But then every other video they're talking about how bad we are. And that makes me angry. You know what I'm saying? You can love whoever you want to love. You know what I'm saying? But if you're gonna love your white man, your Asian man, your this, that, and the third, and then come and talk about me and my blackness, we got a problem. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? Because how am I gonna, and me myself, how am I gonna look at my black woman and be like, oh, she did me there? And of course, I've had my negative experiences with black women. Okay, let's be real. I've had my heart broken by black women. Black women have called me all kinds of different names, you know, simp, beta male, this, that, the third, you know, saying, oh, you're weird, you're crazy, you're this, you're that. You know, so I've had my fair share. And that's being real. You know what I'm saying? But I could never lay my head down or look at another black woman and be like, oh, she's a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Oh, she's this, oh, she's that. You know what I'm saying? I can never put those words on my mouth.
Yeah.
You know, so but when I see the passports, and if you were to ask me, do I have a passport? The answer is yes, I do.
Yeah.
And if you were to come to me and say, hey, do you want to travel the world to find love? I would tell you no. I want to travel the world because I want to see stuff. I want to travel to Italy to eat.
Absolutely.
You know, I want to travel to Tokyo to see the nightlife. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't mind going to Thailand for a week and seeing the elephants and all these different things. I want to travel the world to experience the world, not just to find love. If it happens, I'm not going to stop it. But what black women really got to realize is that black women put black men on an entire spectrum and continue to vocalize us as if we were the problem. Yeah. And there's not enough uplifting of the other black men who aren't like these other Pookies and Ray Rays out here. You know what I'm saying? I am not a passport bro. Okay. But I'm not a Pookie and Ray Ray neither. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a 33-year-old dude working two jobs, owning his travel business.
You're the normal guy. You're the normal guy. Majority of men are like you.
I don't see him.
You're the normal guy, Paul.
My son-in-law is just like you. Just like you, Paul.
The normal guy.
And you're too young to give up. It's not too late for you, babe.
And this is for me what's important. Just the normal guy. Like I've always said before, you know, women think they're all 10s and 10. No, but you average. So for the average folk, for the regular person, let's not shit on them.
Or no. And let me raise you on that. Not only let's not shit on them, let's uplift them.
Yeah.
Like seriously, like uplift.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, for example, it's like this. I might not be the type of guy that you want to date. Okay. Yeah. But I wouldn't want you telling your friends don't date him because he's not who I want. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he's a simp, he's a beta male. I would rather you tell your friends, hey, he's not my cup of tea, but I think you should talk to him because he does have good qualities about himself. I don't go around, you know, calling women out their name and this, that, and the third and all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't go around, you know, flashing my wallet or throwing my dick all over the place. I don't place my worth in those things. My worth is greater than that.
All right, Paul.
Okay, did you,
I know you don't be throwing it around. I know you don't, Paul. I know.
But I'm just saying, my worth as a man is greater than all of those things.
Yeah.
Are they factors in a relationship? Yes. You know what I'm saying? But we'll get to that later. You know what I'm saying? If I see a woman on the street, I'm gonna step up and be like, hey, how you doing? I want to get to know you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I keep things simple. You know what I'm saying? I love to plan dates. I want to do these things. I want to love you. But I think, and this is just me personally speaking now, women are scared of dating men like me. I'm just being real. Women are scared of loving me. You know, Jasmine Sullivan said, I'm not scared of lions and tigers and bears, but I'm scared of loving you. And that shit sucks, Courtney.
I know.
Why are black women so afraid of looking at a guy like me and saying, you know what, let me just build with him. Let me just get to know him a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Let me see his worth and then not degrade it. You know what I'm saying? Let me see if I'm be like, oh yeah, this is a dude that I want to be around, a dude that's about his business, who handles his business, who respects me and uplifts me and prays for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
And tells other brothers to do the same. You know what I'm saying? I've had that example, like I told you. My father raised me, you know what I'm saying, from day one. You know what I'm saying? And me and my older brother, my older sister, you know what I'm saying? He taught us about love and relationships. I know how to treat a woman because of my father's example. You know what I'm saying? Because of my uncle's example, because of the married men in my life, their examples. And I want to pass down that legacy to my children. One day. I don't have any kids yet, but one day I will.
Yeah. I hear
Because
you.
us as Mays men, when we date, when we court, and when we marry, we in it. And that's who I am. That's where I want to be. But I just hope and pray that one day that I find my Black wife. But I'm truly at a point where it's just like, damn, when will Black women look at me and be like, I don't want to, I want him. I want to be chosen by my Black queens. Not just look at me as a Pookie and Ray Ray, and don't you dare call me a son. I really hate that shit.
Yeah.
I'm not a simp. I'm not a beta male. I've had Black men and Black women call me beta male.
Yeah.
Just because of who I am. And I fucking hate it. Excuse my language. I'm
It's
sorry.
okay. No, I know you're passionate about it. So
I'm angry.
I hear you, and I don't have the necessarily answers now. I think part of it why the Black manosphere is important because now you have a voice. Now someone can hear you. They can't overlook you now, Paul. You are here. And now you are being heard. But I'll tell you this, you know, and this is something I'm having learned for myself. People see my braids color has changed and I'm in braids a lot. Well, it's because
I love it, by the way.
Well, I'm growing out the blonde. So it's hard for Black women to tell you that they know how to love you when, damn it, they don't even love themselves. So, TJ, you got something for you, and then Paul, I'm gonna drop you down, honey. I'm gonna get a couple more calls.
You can go ahead and do it, but I will answer Paul's question, and I say that a lot of times Black women, young and old, they don't know how to love men like you, Paul, because they've never seen it. And in as much as they've said they want it, many of us, myself included, at one time didn't believe I was worthy of it. So what happens is when you get something that is unfamiliar to you, you fuck it up because you think, well, surely it can't be this easy. Surely it can't be this great. Surely this guy can't. Let me go ahead and mess it up. Why? Because you haven't seen it. You haven't experienced it. So we sabotage ourselves. Is it right? No, but it happens. I did it because I had seen a lot of things. I did not have the examples that you had. So I was not familiar with it. And so if something is not familiar to you, you kind of push it away because you think, well, it can't be real. So let me go ahead and mess it up. So what I will submit to you, that's one of the things, shout out to Courtney Michelle, that she's talking about on her show, is that with the increase of numbers in young women, they can see that, okay, you say that you want this, but you have to believe you're worthy of it. So when it comes to you, you don't push it away and you don't screw it up. And then when you screw it up, spend the next 10 to 15 years trying to find what you screwed up years ago. So that is the difference.
Yeah.
And that is exactly how I had my heart broken, honestly. You know, I tried to talk to my ex about it, you know, because I'm like, look, I want to love you. Like, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? You don't believe me. You know, you've been in communion with me. You've met my family. You've seen how I am, only for me to get ghosted. And, you know, for you to just be like, you know, I want to focus on me and do me. And I can't do me while I'm with you. You know, it's utter BS. You know, I even just now, just recently, I was dating a girl for a couple of months. And I'm thinking things are going slowly but surely. You know what I'm saying? I get ghosted for a week. And then she's telling me, oh, I'm not ready for a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. And I told her from the jump, you know what I'm saying? Because of her situation, I told her, you know, don't get caught up in wanting to love me that you forget to love yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because loving you is more important.
Hit me up on Instagram so I can grow you and so I can help you vet these women. So
Yeah,
yeah,
put your Instagram in the chat so I can talk to
I'll
you.
put it
Yeah,
back.
or I'll send it to you via your IG, Paul. So I'll connect you guys. Don't worry about that. I got you, Paul.
All right, but go ahead. But yeah, that's my piece. Thank you for having me on, Courtney. We'll talk again later.
Absolutely. Thank you, Paul. I appreciate you so very much.
All right, later. Good night, ladies.
Bye. I love Paul. All right. I'm gonna.
I know you're about to bring somebody else up. Can I say this one thing real quick? When you talked about you being vulnerable and that it was used as fodder.
Mhm.
Well, I'm going to say this, and it's not, if she takes it, well, I'll just go ahead and say it.
Oh gosh.
It is, of course you are passionate about it. Of course it brought about emotion and tears. Why? You're a Black woman, like you said, but you're also a mother to a daughter. You're mother to a daughter. So you're going to be passionate about it because, so what do we tell our daughters? I have a daughter, thankfully, she's married to a wonderful Black man. I have a granddaughter, I have nieces. So are we to say, just forget it? They're not going to want you. So don't even try. So of course you're going to be emotional about that. And maybe you can be emotional. Why? Because you are a mother and you see and want something better for your daughter, as opposed to saying, well, forget about it because nobody wants you any damn way.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, people that I do cry now, and they definitely ain't the first. Matter of fact, I cried on one of your shows, so I do. So it's not. It ain't nothing new to the YouTube streets. Courtney cried like a baby. I do. I'm sensitive, and when I care about something, I really do care. Now, when I don't care, I don't. But that ain't the first, and it ain't gonna be the last time. And I'm comfortable enough in this space to be transparent.
Somebody put something in the chat that's really good. They're talking about this young man. BCDC said, everyone in the chat calling this dude lame. That's exactly the type of brother you would want your daughters to marry. Stop the cap. Facts. Speak on facts. Y'all need to get y'all shit together and quit playing. And if some of y'all might say, well, Mr. Randolph is a simp, but I'm gonna be like Judge Lynn Toller. I'm simply glad he picked me.
All right, DJ, let me, man of prestige, long time no see. How you been? You're on mute. How you
been? Hey, ladies, how you doing?
Good.
Good
How
to
are
see
you?
you. I'm glad I made it here. I'm sorry. I know I've been a stranger, but I support you, Courtney. You know that.
I support you, and your page has been blowing up. So I've been seeing you doing numbers.
I'm trying to work. Trying to stay focused. But I wanted to come up here and just support you and just let you know that you are encouraged. The people that will find what you're doing, that Miss TJ and you, both of you are together, right? The people that will find what you're doing, that will find sense in it, they're usually quiet. They're not the they're not the loud minority. I want you to keep that at the back of your mind. So try not to it's okay to respond to trolls. It's okay, that's fine. Sometimes you should keep your foot on the neck of the enemy, right? But just keep that at the back of your mind, that the most important people are they're not the loud minority, right?
Right.
They're guys like Paul. They're just looking for, they're looking for guide answers. They're asking authentic question. And I told you this a long time ago. You're authentic. I don't always agree with your point of view, your point of contention, but it's authentic. And that's what we need. We need that authentic conversations, right? Your point of view, my point of view, and then we'll build together. We know who the divisive ones are. We know those who do it for the money, right? We know them. We know that it takes a while for the authentic one to grow. That's just the reality of life when it comes to these platforms.
Yeah.
But don't take your eyes off the ball. I wanted to encourage you to keep doing what you're doing. If I see you get emotional, I know it's coming from an authentic place. If I see Miss TJ try to stomp somebody, I know it's coming from an authentic place. Yeah. Right. so
you
and
know
that
you know
Yeah, the real ones. We know the real ones. So, and it's not about the talking points. It's not about which side you're on. That's all lame and stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid, you know. It's not
Yeah.
about that. It's not about picking sides, right? It's about today I agree with you. Tomorrow I don't rock with you, right?
Mhm.
That's what it's about. I don't like to speak too much to this stuff because for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
I want to be respectful of the community. I want you guys to have the conversation, but I also want to be able to come up here and encourage you and say keep up doing the good work.
Yeah. Thank you
Okay?
so much. And I appreciate you. And I'll see you on the flip side.
Talk soon. Bye.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, I have one more in the bag. Anti-social. Can you cam up before I let you up? I sent you a message. If not, that's fine. Okay. Well, maybe not. So let me get to a couple of the super chats, and then I'm probably gonna wrap it up. So let's see. CA Chantel says her Black woman mentor okayed her to use the thumbnail. Who the hell her mentor? Someone on Atlanta Housewives. That's what. Okay. I do think you missed some of her point, but she definitely was trying to punk you. Yeah. And maybe I did miss some of the points. I mean, I can attest that maybe I did. But is missing some of the points worth this? And I don't think that equals to that at all. But thank you so much, CA. I appreciate that. Willie Wonka Whistle. She's okay. Well, I didn't say that, but I appreciate the super chat. Happy Life. Two lovely ladies will go at it in a friendly matchup. The topic is this wasn't a super. I start this for a reason. The topic is Black men's best interest. Let me tell y'all something. The one way to spot someone that is masculine as far as a woman is a woman telling a man what's best for him. Whenever you have a woman telling another man what is best for him, she is taking on what we call a leader. So what we don't do as women is tell what's best for a man, because a man knows what's best for him and he knows his purpose. What we as women is help that man. Now with the stab and the Save Your Community Black Man, I wasn't doing anything in a man's best interest. I was champion Alan Obi and his platform, which I adore, and he's doing God's work over there. So I was his biggest cheerleader. And I hope he knows that I still am his biggest cheerleader. But ain't no way a woman can tell another man what's in his best interest. All right, I'll get to another one. Really, I appreciate you so much. You are grown. Don't respond to foolishness. This is going to be my last thing. And I didn't want to do this. But how I'm also not a punk. Eli, my guy. Hey, Courtney, I hate you had to deal with this disturbance today, but keep doing you. Thank you so much, Eli. I plan on keep doing me. Dark Lake Rosette revives. I'm like the demon sign. It won't happen, bro. They don't respect us. F them. Okay. Love transfer. I echo that, Paul. Man, we're all in this together. And I think what's also important, that when we are transparent and we create our village, that you do have people that are like-minded. Paul might not have think someone thought like him. Do you know the importance of community? There is no way in the world that God put us here to be by ourselves. And there's no way in the world that God put us here for all of us to have to travel thousands and thousands of miles to find one person to assist us and be with us through life. And if we're having to do that, then there's fundamentally an issue that needs to be fixed. And you either want to fix it or you don't. You have that choice. God gives you free will. And I just choose the latter.
I'm gonna go ahead and drop down, but before I go, you are not a punk, and I'm gonna leave with a little bit of levity, because just like Cedric the Entertainer used to say when he had his variety show, you're like a bicycle with no seat. You'll get in that ass.
Oh, wow. What's going on? Bye, TJ. I appreciate you. No, I ain't no punk. But I'm fair. And I don't believe in I've gotten many videos done about me. But this one right here just seemed different. And it just did something to my spirit. This was different. And I'm not going to be playing in any kind of YouTube beef. Let me make something very clear. I am not a pick-me. I'm just a regular woman that tries to be better every day and willing to share what I have or what I know to the next woman. That is it. I am not a pick-me. And I want to be very clear. I'm not labeling myself that. I just want to be a good woman. Thank you for the super chat, Stuart. The 50. Thank you. Please don't change. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. So I'm going to end it now, you guys. Again, I really pray that we can do better. Not only as a community, but Black women in this space. You don't have to agree with me, but you don't have to degrade me. Because I ain't with the shit. Bolo, thank you so much. Stand on your square. The truth is not for everyone. I understand that it's not. So I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you again, you guys, for joining me. I appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed to me, you know, it would be very kind if you do. If you don't, or you just here for the theatrics, I thought I was going to call this and that. Oh, I get it too. I know it's entertaining. But I mean, it's entertaining for you guys, but for me, it's a little bit more because it's my character that's being questioned. And I got to stand up for myself. Storm, thank you so much. Salute to you, Courtney. Don't let the naysayers get to you. Doing something over and over is insanity, but that same definition applies to practice, and 30 years is not enough. I totally agree. Thank you so much for saying that. Sometimes it takes more than 30 years. And I'm sorry, y'all Black people, you're worthy and you're worth it. I'm worthy and I'm worth it. And my daughter is. To the man that's getting me in trouble, Alan. Thank you. And I love you so much, Alan. One thing you can't call me is masculine. I tell you that. Okay. You might call me a chameleon. You might say I'm cross-eyed or I got a big forehead, but you can't call me masculine because I cry. Wow. The drop of a dime. Okay. So thank you so much. Wednesday, you guys, I have my part 2 with Sister Shraza Ali. Y'all know I'm super excited about that because that means the world to me. So yeah, tune into that. Thank you so much for listening. Yeah, I'm going to let you guys go and be a blessing. Thank you.